In the outer reaches of the Orion Dominion, sleep was not rest. It was vulnerability. And Queen Seraphyne knew this better than anyone. She was the galactic queen of Elithar, ruler of 12 star systems, commander of fleets that bent gravity like paper. And yet, she had not truly slept beside another living being in 80 years. Not because she couldn't trust anyone, but because every time she closed her eyes near someone, they disappeared from her life, assassinated, erased, or simply gone. So she made a rule. No one may stay near me when I sleep. And that rule became law. For 80 years. Until the night the human arrived. Part 2. The Human Guardian Assignment. His name was Kael Mercer, a human officer assigned to diplomatic protection duty. He wasn't special in rank. Not a war hero. Not a chosen one. Just reliable. And in a galaxy of chaos, reliability was rare. His mission was simple. Protect the Queen during her diplomatic rest cycle on the floating palace of Elithar Prime. No contact. No emotional engagement. No interference. Just watch. But no one told him what she looked like when she thought no one was watching. Part 3. The first night. The Queen's chamber was unlike anything Kael had ever seen. A massive floating room suspended in a crystal void. Stars visible from every angle. Gravity gently shifting like breath. And in the center, a bed she never used fully. Queen Seraphyne stood by the window, wings folded tightly behind her back. Yes, wings. Not mechanical. Not decorative. Living energy structures, shimmering like fractured starlight. But they were sealed, locked, controlled. Kael stood at the door. I am assigned to remain awake. She didn't turn. That is unnecessary. Kael replied calmly. Orders are orders, Your Majesty. A pause. Then she said something unusual. Most people do not survive obeying me. Part 4. The silence between them. Hours passed. No conversation. Only silence and distant cosmic hums. Kael remained awake. The Queen did not sleep. At one point she asked, Why are you still here? Kael answered honestly, Because I was told not to leave. Faint pause. Then she said, Everyone else leaves eventually. Kael glanced at her wings. They look heavy. That sentence made her turn slightly. No one had commented on them in years. They are not meant to be seen. Kael nodded. Then why do you have them? A long silence. Because I was not always what I am now. Part 5. The Warning of the Empire. Far away, Elithar Prime security systems flagged Kael's presence. A warning was sent. Human proximity to Queen during rest cycle is prohibited. But Kael was already inside the chamber, and Seraphyne did not order him removed. Instead, she simply said, Stay where I can see you. That was the first change. Not in law, not in protocol, but in her voice. Part 6. The Queen who could not sleep. Midnight passed. Then another hour. Then another. The Queen still did not sleep. Kael noticed her breathing growing unstable. You're not resting, he said quietly. I do not rest, she replied. Kael frowned. That's not sustainable. A cold laugh escaped her. It has been 80 years. It is more than sustainable. But her wings shifted slightly. Unstable. Trembling. Kael took a step forward. I can stay awake with you if you want. The Queen turned sharply. No one is allowed to offer that. Kael paused. Then I'm not asking permission. Part 7. The moment everything quietly broke. Silence fell again. But now it was different. Less distant. More human. Kael sat on the floor near the chamber entrance. Still awake. Still watching. The Queen stood near the glass window, staring into the stars. Then she asked softly, Do you ever fear sleep? Kael thought for a moment. Not really. She whispered, I envy that. Part 8. The first crack in control. Hours later, Kael noticed something. Her wings had loosened slightly. Not fully. Just less restrained. You don't have to keep them locked, he said quietly. The Queen stiffened. If I release them, I lose control. Kael replied, Or you stop holding everything alone. That sentence hit deeper than expected. Her fingers trembled slightly. You speak as if you know me. Kael shook his head. I don't. Pause. But I know what it looks like when someone is exhausted from being strong. Part 9. The night she almost slept. The Queen finally sat on the edge of her throne bed. Not lying down. Just sitting. Kael remained awake. Minutes passed. Then her voice lowered. If I sleep, something will happen. Kael answered softly, maybe, maybe not. She looked at him. That is not reassuring. He nodded. I know. But then he added, but you won't know anything at all if you never try. That made her quiet. For a long time. Part 10. The wings unfold. The chamber lights dimmed automatically. A natural sleep cycle beginning. The queen's breathing slowed. Her control weakened. And then, her wings shifted. Slowly. For the first time in decades, they began to unfold. Not violently, not explosively, but like something remembering it was allowed to exist. Light filled the chamber. Starlight patterns expanding across the walls. Kael stayed still. Watching. Not afraid. Not moving. Just present. The queen whispered, do not look away. Kael replied, I'm not going anywhere. Part 11. The first sleep in 80 years. Her wings fully opened. Beautiful. Massive. Alive. And for the first time in 80 years, Queen Seraphyne closed her eyes. Not in fear. Not in duty. But in trust. And she slept. Part 12. The galaxy reacts. Across Elithar systems, alarms triggered. The queen has entered full rest state. Military commanders panicked. But something unexpected happened. The energy signature of the palace stabilized. The empire didn't weaken. It calmed. As if the entire galaxy had been waiting for this moment. And at the center of it all, a human stayed awake beside her, guarding nothing except peace, ending. And in a galaxy where even queens feared rest, one human refused to leave. And because he stayed awake, the most powerful being in the Orion Dominion finally remembered how to sleep. Final CTA? Exact line. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.